Hi, my curious learners. So, Minnie is once again back with you to take you on the journey with grammar ahead. And we are again at your own learning platform, Learn Forward with your grammar book, The Grammar Hub by Feather Caps for grade 4. So, going ahead, we'll be learning about the noun number in chapter 3 of your book. Number, you already know it has been introduced in grade 2 to you. That is, yes, you are right, singular and plural. So, what new here? We'll be first recalling the previous learning and then moving ahead. Let's start the journey. Are you excited? Even I am. You have already learned about singular and plural in your previous grade, students. Do you remember? Yes, that's wonderful. So let's do a warm-up exercise today. Color the given nouns according to the given directions. So here you have some words. Yellow is to be colored if your noun is one. That means you are talking about singular noun. And if it is plural, it is many, it is more than one, you have to color that blue. So let's pick out yellow color first and we'll be doing all the singular nouns yellow first. Yes. And here we go. So yellow is for one. What do you say about card? Is it singular one? Yes, good. So I color it yellow. Next, what else do you see singular? Good, that's a woman. I get it yellow. And yes, that's a table now. Here you go with yellow. Next is lovely, students. So you can identify singular and plural. Movie, good. Is mice also? Do you mean just like movie you have mice? No, that's the plural of mouse. Good. Yes, this is also singular. Now we'll be coloring more than one, that is plural in blue color. Let's pick blue now. And the remaining ones are all plural. Okay, tell me what is the singular of children? Good, that's child. This is also plural, that means more than one. This I have just told. The singular of mice is mouse. So simple, it's key and this is plural and the singular is bush. Very good. So let's get started with what new we have in store for you. Just a recap of what is singular, what is plural. Singular means one. We have been learning from grade 1 and plural means many. Very good. So when noun refers to one, it is singular, and when it refers to more than one, it is plural. Right? Any doubts? No. Good. Now what you see here is a peacock is dancing and here two peacocks are dancing. That means if it is more than one, it is plural. We are using S in plural form. We have the noun, and if it is one, we are using it in singular form. Now, how to form plural nouns from singular nouns? Many rules you have already learned in your previous grades. We'll be quickly recalling them and then we'll be moving ahead with something new also for you. So the first rule that we have done right from grade 1 is, how do you make the singular nouns plural? Right, you are, by adding S. And see students, this rule is followed where you do not follow any of the other rules most of the times. Like book, S. Dog plus S. Cat plus S. Boats, then tree, trees, car, cars. It's so simple. We have been doing it earlier also. So by adding S is the first rule. And S. Next rule is The rule of magic ending sounds. Do you remember I taught you in previous grades? Yes. Let's recall the magic sounds. S, O, X. Ch, sh. His sound sir, and the z sound double z. So all of these are the magic ending sounds. S, O, X, ch, sh, double s. To these we add es. Let's quickly read these words also, and we have some exceptions also to this rule that will revise again. Mango, o ending, so we add es. Volcano, we add es. Glass is your again the magic sound, so we add es. Cargo, again o, we add es. Box, the magic sound, we add es. Brush, the magic sound again, we add es. Mosquito, o, so we add es. Good. The magic ending sound s, we are adding es. Watch, the ending sound, magic sound is ch, we are adding es. Yes, the next is, there are some nouns, although they have o at the end and even double o, we still do not add es. So these are the exceptional words that you must remember actually. Bamboo, you have o at the end, still you will add only s. Same is with piano, only s. Stereo, stereos, only s. Dynamo, only s. Radio, only s. And photo, only s. So these are the exceptional words, some nouns which although end in o, they have last sound o, last letter o, still we will not add es, we just add s to them. Please remember this list. Moving ahead is the rule of y ending. We have already learned that with y what you have to check is, if the last letter is y, you have to focus on the letter before it. So what is before here? Before y. If it is a vowel, now what are vowels? Yes, brilliant. You have the answer right there. A, E, I, O, U. These are the 5 vowels in English alphabet. So if you have any of these before y, you will simply add s to make it plural. And if you do not have a vowel here, you have a consonant, then what you do? You drop out y and add ies to it. Let's see the words here. Century. This is y at the end. Now see, all these words have y at the end. Century, candy, country, library, fly, fairy. But what you have to see is the letter before y, right? Let's focus there. R, D, R, R, L, R. So what you see is each of these underlined letters are consonants. They are not vowels. And what I have told, if they are not vowels, then you will drop y and add ies to get the plural form. So what you see is centre, up to here you have written and added ies. Canned, then ies. Country, then ies. Library, up to r, then ies. Fleur, and then ies. Fair, and then ies. Simple. Why? Because there was a consonant before y, right? For all y ending words, you have to check out whether there is a vowel before y or a consonant before y. Now for singular nouns that have y, but before that you have a vowel. What will you do there? You will simply add s to them, like a, e, o, e, e, o, and guy. This is u, tray. This is y. And before it you have the vowel a. So what you do to make them plural? Just add s to them to make them plural. We have already done in grade 2 and 3. I hope you remember now. Let's move to next for the F and FE ending words. If the singular noun has F or FE at the end, again you will drop them out like Y. And you will add VES to make plural. For example, shelf, F. So you make shell, VES, shells. Knife, you have FE at the end. So you drop it out. Knife, VES, knives. Get your plural. Sheaf, you drop out F. And you get sheaves, VES is added. Half, drop out this F and add VES, halves. Next, life, drop out this FE and what you get is very good, LI and VES is added. Wolf, F is added, dropped. So leave this, you are left with wool and add VES, you get the plural wolves, right? So this is also a quick recap we have already done, but yes, there are a few exceptions here also like we had for O. So if you talk about these words like chief, it will be only S. Proof, only S. Then safe, only S. Similarly for chef, it will be only S. Although you are getting F at the end in these words, FE at the end, still we will not add VES, will not make that change of VES here. We will simply add S to these singular nouns to make them plural. Now there are some special singular and plural also. What's special about them? There are a few nouns which are singular in number, but we use the same in plural also. Like we have sheep. Sheep is used for singular as well as plural. Then we have deer. Deer is also used for singular as well as plural. Sheep, plural is also same. Fish, plural is also same. Deer, plural is also same. Similarly for fruit, if it's singular, it is fruit. Even in plural, we say fruit. But what you have to remember, in case of fish and in case of fruit, if you have more than one, if you have more of one kind, if you have an apple, a mango, a papaya, a bunch of grapes like that, so there are more than one fruit, then you will say fruits. Okay. Similarly, in case of fish, if you have fish of different kinds altogether, then in plural you will say fishes. And if you have many fish of the same type, then you will say there are many fish in the pond. Okay. So this is the case for fish and fruit. Now there are some nouns in singular and they change in an irregular way. Like child. What's the plural? We all know. Yes, it's children. Ox. See, there is X at the end and it's a magical ending sound, you remember? But still, we do not add ES to it. We make it oxen. This is an exceptional word you have to remember. Louse becomes lies. Thick goose becomes geese. The inner vowel to double O is changed. Mouse, like louse, becomes mice. Fine. Tooth, again, like goose, the inner vowel changes to E and it becomes teeth. Similarly, foot, the inner vowel changes and it becomes feet. Right? So these are called irregular nouns because they are changing in an unusual way. But then, yes, the change is there, students. And what I mentioned for the first rule of S is, wherever we do not follow any of these rules, like the list is endless for the words, for the nouns, so there you will add S. For S, we don't have any special rule like we have for ES IES, VES, and here for irregular, and then these repeated nouns, right? So you have to remember this. Now, some nouns have no plurals. That means they are always used in singular. For example, in furniture, you count so many things at home. Your table, your chair, your TV, your cupboards, your wardrobes, everything is included. Your cabinets, they are all included in furniture, isn't it? But when you are scrapping it out, you will say, I am scrapping my furniture. Or you are buying a new one, you will say, I'm buying new furniture. If the furniture is old, you will say, my furniture is old enough. So you are always using it as singular. You might say the chairs are broken. The chairs are outdated. The chairs are old enough to be replaced. But when you talk about so many things together and you say that is furniture, furniture is used as singular only. Similarly, there are other words to follow which are always used as singular, like machinery, accommodation, scenery, advice, information, even news. You say, what's the news for today? It's not only single news. Furniture I just explained. Similarly, the luggage. In luggage, you have so many things together, so many bags. You still say the luggage is heavy. Mathematics, it sounds like S plural, but it's a subject, it is singular. Mathematics is an interesting subject. Politics is bad. So these are the words which are always used as singular, you have to remember. Some nouns are always used in plural. How? Trousers, pants, drawers, shorts, scissors, shears, spectacles, measles, mumps, and billiards. So these are the words which are always used as plural, and most of these words are like we always use them in pair. Like shoes also, shoes, socks, stockings, gloves, glasses. What about all these things? Spectacles, trousers, pants, shorts. What you observe is even scissors. What you observe whenever you have to use them, pliers or your tongs. So whenever you are using, you are always using in pair. Have you seen anybody wearing spectacles with just one glass because the vision of one eye is weak? No, you would not. Because even if the number there is 0 in the other eye, the person will wear both the glasses. So we are using in pair. Similarly, even if a person is deprived of one foot, a person has one foot only, can he go to the market and buy just one shoe in place of the pair? No, the other shoe will always be waste, but he has to buy the pair only, right? So these few things are always used in pair. That is why they are always used in plural. And when we are talking about one, we say a pair, right? A pair of spectacles, a pair of glasses, a pair of tongs, a pair of scissors, like that we use. Then this disease, measles, then mumps and billiards, these are always used as plural verbs. Let's move ahead. Compound nouns, we have done earlier also in the previous chapter. What are compound nouns? When we join two words and make a new noun word, that is a compound noun. So for compound noun, what rule do we follow? Passerby, son-in-law. These are the compound nouns. You can see commander-in-chief. So with these, we just make the first word plural and we get the plural noun. Like this will become passers by. This will become sons-in-law, commanders-in-chief, right? With few compound nouns, we change this, like man-servant becomes, both of these will be changed. This becomes men and this becomes servants. So it will be men servants. Woman servant will become women servants. So we are making both the words in such compound nouns plural. Here we have just made the first word plural, and here we are making both of them plural. Now we have a list here. Complete the list with singular or plural forms as required. So if singular is given, you will write the plural. If plural is given, you will write the singular. And I hope you can do this exercise very well. Quite easy, you have done in earlier classes also. Good. That's the confidence. Now the next topic is countables and uncountables. We have already been introduced to these terms earlier. So what do you mean by countable? What do you mean by uncountable? Anybody here? I can hear the sound from there at the back. Yes, good. The backbenchers here are more intelligent, I think. They are grabbing the things faster. So countable nouns. Countable means something that you can count. What is counting? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, isn't it? And uncountable means that you cannot count. So in what way you can count and what all you can count? If I talk about pencils, if I talk about the students in your class, can you count them? Yes, of course you can count them. So they are countable nouns. What if I talk about milk? What if I talk about water? Can you count them? What about if I talk about sugar, flour, rice? Can you count them, students? No, you cannot count them. What you can count is the glass of milk. What you can count is the glass of water. How many glasses of milk do you drink? How many glasses of water do you drink? How many liters of water do you take daily? Right? So what we are counting is the number of glasses, the number of liters, how many liters you are doing, how many drops of water are there, right? So these, what are we counting are the drops. We are counting the glasses, we are counting the liters, number of liters, but as such we cannot count the liquids. If I talk about rice, can you count rice? If I say, how much rice do you need? Can I ask you how many rice you can eat? Will you be counting rice? I want 5 rice. What you can count is the grains of rice. If I give you a handful of rice, what you will be counting is the grains of rice. But as such, you cannot count rice. You cannot count sugar. So they are all uncountable. Coming to a very important thing, that is stars. Most of the students say the stars are uncountable. How can they be uncountable? They are vast in number. If you get something so that you can just pluck them and put them somewhere together, you will be able to count them like you are plucking the fruit from a tree. So they are not uncountable, children. Remember this difference. The uncountable means that you cannot count. Stars are innumerable, right? Same is with your hair. You cannot count hair because there are too many. If you start plucking out each hair, or if there is a hair fall, you say, how many hair are you losing every day? So we say just around 50. They are, you can count them, but you cannot count the hair on your head because they are vast in number. So thin that you keep plucking out one by one. It might take days, it might take months to count them, but ultimately they are countable. So remember this difference. Hair and stars are innumerable, but they are countable. Innumerable, just like the drops of water in ocean. What to talk about ocean? If I just give you a bucket of water and I ask you, okay, count how many drops of water. So won't that be too much for you? But yes, you will end up counting them sometime. But it is so small quantity that taking out drops and doing them, counting them is a very long task, right? So this is about countable and uncountable nouns. And why do you need to make this difference? Because only the countable nouns have singular and plural. The uncountable nouns do not have singular plural. Something that you cannot count, How can you make out whether it is one or it is many? So simple. So countable nouns are always in singular and plural form, whatever form they take, and uncountable nouns do not have singular plural. Like I told you about milk. Milk is not milks. Water is not waters. Rice is not rices. Right? Sugar is not sugars. You say spoons of sugar. You say kilos of sugar. You say packets of sugar. You say sacks of sugar. But nowhere you use sugars. So, the uncountable nouns do not have any singular or plural form like the countable nouns. So, here's an exercise. Arrange these words into countable and uncountable nouns. So, countable will be writing C for countable and U for uncountable in the box itself, and you will be writing in the list below. Water, we just mentioned it's uncountable. What about bread? Can you count bread? No, students, you cannot count bread. What you can again count is the slices of bread. We normally say go and get one bread from the market, but actually it is not a bread, it is a packet of bread. So what you are counting are the packets. Bread is not countable, the packets are countable, the slices of bread are countable. You say, please give me 2 slices of bread. You don't say, please give me 2 breads. Man is earning for bread and butter. So, do you eat only one bread? That's why you are saying bread? No, because bread is not countable. So, bread is also uncountable. Then, lemons, it's already in plural here. Countable. Yes, your favorite chocolate has a plural chocolates, so it's countable. I just told you and you are shouting from there, it's uncountable. Yes, all these. Yes, brilliant students. So that means you have understood what are countables and uncountables. It is the plural. I just mentioned about bread and butter. So how can this be countable? Coffee. No, it's the coffee beans that are countable. It's the cups of coffee. It's the mugs of coffee that you can count. But coffee, just like tea, just like milk, coffee cannot be counted. So it is uncountable. Yes, it's already there in plural. This is also in plural. What about river? Yes, we have one river and we have many rivers flowing. So this is again countable. Yes, see students, bread is uncountable, but the loaf of bread is the whole big loaf. That is a bread and you cut that loaf into slices of bread. So when it is one whole, that is called a loaf, and you can have many loaves also. You can have the plural of loaf. So loaf of bread, that is countable. Bread is not countable, remember. Again, see, they are not talking about tea here. Tea is uncountable. Now they are talking about cup of tea. Yes, of course. You can count the cups. How many cups of tea should I make? That is countable. And the bar of chocolate. Perfect. So, the bars of chocolate are also countable. So, that means here chocolate they mean to say by material. So, we are counting the bars of chocolate, but just like coffee, just like tea, this chocolate is also a material and it will be uncountable. Remember, we can count the bars of chocolate. Okay. So moving ahead, we'll quickly recall what we have learned in this chapter. The singular nouns already know stand for one. Plural nouns, they stand for many. Okay, then the singular noun is usually changed to plural. What is the first rule I told you? Yes, by adding s. And I told you wherever we don't follow any other rule, the general rule of adding s is followed. So this is what is mentioned here. The general rule is adding s. And the next was adding es to the magic ending sounds SOX ch, sh, double s and double z, the buzz and the hiss sounds. They are all magical sounds to which we add es to make the noun plural. Now there are some regular nouns which remain the same in singular and plural, like sheep and deer, even hare. So these are the nouns you have to remember. They are regular. They remain the same in singular as well as plural. And the irregular forms, they do not follow any particular pattern of changing. We just have to remember them. Man becomes men, child becomes children, then woman becomes women, and foot, feet. Similarly, we have another word, mouse becomes mice, and many more that we have already learned. The list is there with you. These are all irregular nouns. Then the last but not the least, we learnt about countable and uncountable nouns. Countable are that we can count, uncountable are that we cannot count, and remember they are not innumerable. They are not vast in number. We simply cannot count them even if they are less. Okay? And the countable nouns have singular and plural. Uncountable nouns, because we cannot count, so we cannot have the singular plural there. So this is what we have learned in the topic this time. Now it's time to do the exercise. Tick the correct answer. Noun is in singular form when it refers to only one thing. Perfect. Which of the following is the same in singular and plural? Yes, you are right. That is sheep. Okay, tell me what's the plural of child? Good, children. Mouse, mice. Girl, girls. So all of them have different singular plural. Sheep is sheep only. Good. Which of the following nouns is always used in plural form? News, trousers, fish, or deer. This is always used in plural form, right? Wait, this is used in singular, sorry. Trousers is used in plural. My trousers are short. My trousers are tight. We don't say my trousers is tight. News is always used in singular. The plural form of child we have just revised here. It is children. Good. Fill in the blanks using plural form of the words given below. So I hope you can do this exercise yourself. You know the plural of all these words and you can fill them in the blanks to make the sentences meaningful. Now here's another exercise. In the following sentences, change the nouns in color. Only the colored ones you have to change into their plural form and rewrite the sentences. So you just don't have to make them plural. You have to write the sentence again. Make other necessary changes wherever needed. You need to understand this. What is the meaning of make other necessary changes? Suppose I am saying this boy. I want to change boy into plural. Now, is it right to use this boys? No. So, when I change boy to boys, I will have to change this into perfect, these. So, my change these from this to these is the other necessary change because it's not underlined. But to make the sentence compatible, to make the sentence meaningful, I'll have to make that change also. So that is the other necessary change which is not highlighted. So let's do this. Keep your knife, fork and spoon ready for use. So here we just need to change these words. Keep your knives, forks and spoons ready for use. No other necessary changes needed here. The tiger has eaten up the sheep. What's the plural of tiger? Tigers. Good. But with singular, they are using has here. What do you use with plural? Good. So this is a necessary change I have to make here. The tigers have eaten up. What is the plural of sheep, children? Yes, this will not change. It's the same in singular as well as plural. Can you shoot that deer on the hillside? So plural of deer is deer, and hillside becomes hillsides. But is there any other change you need to make? No. So you'll just simply write, can you shoot that deer on the hillsides? Next, a cow is standing in the cow shed. Yes. Now here what changes you have to see. Cow is singular and we use a only with singular nouns, singular countable nouns. So when I change this cow into cows, I'll have to remove this a. I cannot say a cows. So this is one of the necessary changes I have to make. Now with singular, I'm using is. What will you use with plural? Good. So it will be cows are, and the rest will go accordingly. Cows are standing in the cow sheds. Hope you have understood what is the meaning of other necessary changes. Yes, look at the next. The leaf fell from the tree. Leaf will become good. We are not using the vowel a here, so there is no point quitting it. And remember, the can be used with singular also as well as plural also. So we will not skip this. We will write this also. The leaves fell from the tree. And the last sentence is the nurse looks after the baby. The nurse becomes nurses. Will you skip the? No. Good. The nurses. Now see, when the nurse is singular, I am using S with the verb. We have learnt verbs earlier classes. So with plural also, do you use S with the verb? No. So we will drop that. We'll change this verb. Now see, this is the other necessary change required. The nurses look after the babies. Good. I hope with this you have understood what is the meaning of other necessary changes. Good. So remember all the rules we have learned for singular and plural, the irregular forms, the regular forms, where to use always in singular, which words are always used in plural, and what is the meaning of necessary changes required. Okay. Hope you understood all this and had a nice time learning about nouns, singular, plurals. Keep learning. See you in the next class. Till then, bye-bye. Happy learning.